All right, today we're going to tear into what looks like a classic J-curve recovery in the making. We're talking about the industrial giant, Seatrium.
You know, turnarounds in the heavy industry, they are notoriously difficult. So the big question is, has Seatrium truly hit that critical inflection point after some really significant losses? Let's break down the numbers and find out.
So what's the deal here? Is this just a temporary bounce, or are we looking at the start of a really sustainable recovery? We're going to focus on the key financial indicators that suggest something major and potentially very profitable is happening right now.
Okay, let's dive right in. To really get a handle on this recovery, you have to start at the bottom. I mean, the absolute bottom of the curve, the massive, almost unbelievable losses of fiscal year 2023. Yep, you're seeing that right. The company posted a staggering $2 billion loss. I mean, that's a number that makes headlines for all the wrong reasons, right? It rattled the market, and it really tested investor confidence. This was the moment of maximum pain.
But what's really interesting here is that analysts see this as what we call a classic kitchen sinking event. It's a strategic move by management to get all the bad news, every single write-down and provision, out the door at once. They're essentially clearing the decks to give themselves a clean slate.
And look, this wasn't just some fancy accounting footwork. Just look at the core operational business. In 2023, they actually posted a gross loss on over $7 billion in revenue. A year later, a solid gross profit. That swing in gross margin is huge. It tells you there's been a fundamental improvement in how they execute their projects.
Okay, so we've hit rock bottom. Now for the fun part, the sharp climb back up. This is where that J-curve really starts to get its signature shape.
Wow, I mean, this chart right here, it tells the entire story in one picture. A jaw-dropping pivot from an S2 billion loss to an $157 million profit in just 12 months. That is the inflection point we're talking about, a swing of more than $2.1 billion to the bottom line.
So here's the key takeaway, and you really need to get this. The company isn't just making more money, it's getting so much better at turning that revenue into actual profit. This is the story of improved execution, of gaining operating leverage, and achieving some real, tangible margin expansion.
But wait, there's more. The story here goes way deeper than just the income statement. There's this powerful, kind of hidden catalyst that's been building up on the balance sheet.
To get this, we have to talk about something called contract assets. Now, the easiest way to think about it is this. It's the value of profitable work the company has already done, but just hasn't sent the bill for yet. It's like a giant reservoir of future cash flow, already earned, just waiting to be collected. And get this, just look at the number. Seatrium's pipeline of this future cash grew by an absolutely incredible $910 million in just 1 year. That is a massive buildup of future cash that's practically locked in.
So why is this so important? Well, on the surface, you might look at their operating cash flow and get a little nervous. But this is not a cash burn. Far from it. This is a bullish signal. It's proof of strong, profitable work that is going to turn into cold, hard cash as these projects hit their billing milestones.
All right, so let's put it all together. What does this all mean? Let's synthesize the bull case here.
So the argument really stands on these 4 legs. 1, the big kitchen sink cleanup is done, the worst is behind them. 2, that dramatic turn to profitability is proven. 3, the core business is getting healthier, with margins expanding. And 4, you got this massive $910 million hidden catalyst just waiting to become cash.
Look, when you put it all together, the clear inflection, the huge operational improvements, and this very strong forward-looking catalyst, the data presents a really compelling case for this turnaround story.
And that really leaves us with one final thought for you. The data, I mean, it's pretty loud and clear. It's screaming that the turn has already happened. The J-curve has inflected. So the key question for investors now is, are you going to position yourself to be ahead of the curve as the market starts to recognize this powerful shift?